Being a girl is a lot.
Doing what?
Being a girl. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, of course. I'll
Oh,
play the
yeah,
girl
of
card.
course.
Hey, nerds!
Hey, nerds.
Today we're joined by a special guest, La Brujita. I put my Spanish accent on it.
Period.
Real name?
My real name is Taylor.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just letting you use it. I don't... We've just been calling her Brujita all the time.
And that's okay.
For consistency purposes. In all the files that I put all the footage in, I was like, La Brujita. That's
okay.
it. You want to explain, I guess? You run you run Brujita Boutique on Morgan in Corpus Christi for all of our listeners overseas.
By the Coffee Muggle and the Earthworm Gem mural.
I still, we were just over there.
Wow.
I didn't even see it. I didn't.
Yeah, honestly, I forget it's there, and then I drive by and I'm like, oh yeah, that's there.
It's so random. It's Earthworm Gem.
That's a good landmark to use, though.
What, the Earthworm
Yeah,
Gem mural?
Yeah, to be like, where are you located? Oh, I'm right there by the Earthworm Gem mural.
It's so... I remember the first time I saw that was a few years ago, and I was just like, what? That is so random.
Yeah. Tell people about what you do, what you sell and stuff.
So I sell metaphysical supplies. I do card readings or photography. I do cleansings. If you're interested, though, you can always look at my website, brujitaboutique.com. We do ship internationally. Flex.
What's the farthest place you've shipped to?
Germany.
Germany, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like in tears packing it up. I was like, oh my God.
One time we shipped a DVD to somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
He won a contest winner. Shout out to Johnny, our best friend of the show.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because, a little bit of backstory. We just filmed at her shop a comedy sketch. A very funny comedy sketch. Probably the funniest one that we've ever done, although Yellowstone Christmas is pretty high on the list.
We specifically bought costumes for this comedy sketch.
I don't know why I thought y'all already had them.
Nope. We
He was like, yeah, we have these costumes, and I'm like, did they just have them like on hand?
we do not have. We did not previously own pilgrim costumes before this week.
So we made the decision because typically in the past when we've had like a guest or do something with us, we meet them right before we film the podcast. Whereas with you, this is the first time that we went and kind of hung out with a little bit. And remember while we were there, I kept telling, I think I mentioned it where I was like, I don't want to ask you too much because I know once we get to film, it'll be more fun to find out at the for the first time. And so we kind of I tried to limit that interaction as much as I could, while still getting information for like the commercial and stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing walking around your shop since I've been there is, you know what? We got to play some of that footage right now so people can see it. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to do it in post, but yeah, because I didn't set up a hotkey yet.
Yeah, we can. So just pretend we're cutting.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll just play it over or under or over our audio.
Right.
But
So I hope you like that footage that we just showed.
It was pretty dope, huh? I was gonna ask you, do you make anything that you sell?
I make almost everything that I sell.
So that's all completely original. That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
So I make soaps, candles, oils, bath salts, not the ones you snort.
I was gonna say. We were going for the zombie.
Right? Yeah, I'm into that. No. I'm trying to think of what else I make. I make my own tattoos, like little stick-on tattoos.
Yeah.
I make stickers. I make bags. I make shirts. I make almost everything in there. But I do have, of course, like metaphysical supplies. So obviously I don't make the crystals.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm really big on is I try my best. It's not always possible, but I try my best to ethically source as much as I can. And what does that mean? So I try not to buy too much from like overseas. Like my crystals, I source them from a small gem shop in Arizona. And they get them from the land in Arizona. Arizona is one of the largest gemstone
like
I guess,
producing
yeah, areas.
or naturally occurring.
Yes, in the world. One of them. Of course, you have like Brazil, and there's a couple places. I think in Ethiopia. I might be wrong, but yeah. So I do source them from areas, and it's funny how it happened. My friend was traveling through, and she was like, "Oh, my friend owns a metaphysical shop. She would love this." And she was like, "Oh, well, tell her to buy from our catalog." And
They have
so,
like a wholesale.
mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Oh
cool.
man, that
Yeah.
luck of the draw there.
Yeah. So she was on her way to California. I was like, I love it.
Dude, that's the best way to
Mhm.
find things is
Mhm.
just word of mouth, like small little happenstance.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So you're from Corpus, right?
Born and bred.
All right. I did want to ask you before we started filming. Caleb asked you if you went to Miller, and your reaction was kind of like, "Ew, Miller." So I'm wondering what is the problem there?
I did go to Miller.
Oh my God. Wow. I've never felt so seen. I'm just kidding. There's no problem with Miller. I just didn't go there. And
Nice save.
and then also, you know, growing up here, if you're not from here, you don't get it, but like the schools have a lot of pride, especially
Oh,
the
yeah.
high schools. And so it's kind of like a I would never. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Like I went
Wait,
to Ray.
Did you go to Ray?
I did go to
Oh, I
Ray.
was gonna say, wasn't that Miller's like
Yeah.
rival?
Yeah, they were like super, and it's just silly. Obviously, I don't take it seriously.
Yeah, of course. It's all fun.
Yeah, but I was like, oh gosh, no.
Going to Miller, like, because I went to Miller, all my family went to Miller. As we were growing up, we would show up, like I would be out in Cal Allen or something, or I would be, you know, anywhere, and somehow, somewhere or another, Miller came up, and someone would just be ragging on Miller, and I'd be like, oh, I went to Miller, and they're like, oh, what? Yeah, and like kind of maybe like, you know, like it has that reputation, and I never understood it, you know, because I went there and I was all right.
I
Yeah.
thought you said you didn't want Penny to go to Miller though.
Well, me, what I
Dun, dun.
experienced and what she'll experience in life is two totally different things. Like, I don't want her to go to Miller or Driscoll, but I mean,
I feel like Carroll, out of all the schools, was the worst school. Like you would never think it, but I hung out with kids from every high school, and the Carroll kids were by far the absolute worst.
was that
They
the,
were crazy.
back in the day, was that like the wealthy side of town?
Yeah. It
And
was
then
like,
now it's London.
is it? I thought it was like veterans. Maybe I'm
Well,
just
isn't
old.
veterans in the London area?
Is
The
it?
veterans is off near like Cimarron and Yorktown, and then London's still technically in the county, but I think they're gonna get annexed soon. So
This is a little, is this esoteric for,
Very
for,
niche.
for all of our fans out in, in
but yeah, I
Australia?
mean Carroll's still basically South Side. They
Yeah.
have this new campus. It's like 3 stories.
Dude.
It looks nice.
It does. But it's crazy that they built it there because there's an airfield right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like a zoning issue.
to be so high.
Yeah, no, to be so close to an airfield.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool,
I
because
remember.
it's like considered like a hazard.
Yeah, I remember when they were building it, they were asking like the military, they're like, "Are you guys cool with, you know, us building here?"
They were like, no.
Because that area used to be just an empty field and is designated like as like a crash area
Oh my
where they
God.
Yeah.
can possibly crash the plane if they needed to.
Well, that's concerning.
And I think the military's answer was like, "We don't love it, but I mean, I can't tell you what's going to happen if you build a school there." So
They're like, nah, it's all right.
Well, we're not going to stop you, but at the same time, we're not happy at all.
yeah.
Well, I brain farted.
So do you get the short that we released? People will be seeing this on Monday. The short that we released on Friday, the day we were filming this. Did you watch that yet? No?
We did post the Harry Potter one today.
Oh,
It was
I meant to
haven't.
post it on Facebook as well, but I haven't yet.
okay.
I was gonna ask. Well, I'll tell you about that when we get done. I was gonna tell you I wanted to tag you,
I haven't
and
been online at all today.
just let you
honestly.
know that it's there.
Okay.
So do you get like a lot of people coming in there looking for like Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, all that
Yeah,
stuff?
well, we're right next to the Harry Potter cafe.
Yeah, this
You know,
makes
so
sense.
but honestly, I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
I'm a super Harry
And
Potter.
that
I'm a
coffee Jen
nerd.
said was really good. She was like, "That coffee's good."
Yeah.
My bad.
I like the salty snitch if you're gonna go.
She got the Mad Eye Moodier.
Oh, I gotta try that. I tried a different one. I didn't really like it, but I'm definitely hooked. But I like sweet and savory, so
They put horchata in hers, and she was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, I'll take some." And they put it in there, and she said, "Oh man, this is really good."
yeah.
I'm not a big coffee. I drink decaf,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if they have any of that
They
in the
do.
Muggle world.
That would be the wizard world. We're in the Muggle world.
Touche,
Yeah.
touche.
You're such a mudblood,
Oh
Caleb.
my god! Whoa!
You're
whoa.
right about
we don't
getting
gotta go
Malfoy.
that far.
What it's just very important to note. I want to stress this so much. We have been, or not we, maybe it's just me, but the whole time we were filming, I was I don't want to be disrespectful, right? And like, as we were talking about it, and I had said, I was like, I'm a skeptic on any type of supernatural, anything, any magic and stuff. Not disrespectful, but at the same time, I do believe that you can joke about anything. And so, like right now, I want to treat my guest or our guest, it's not just me here, but I want to treat our guest with respect. But at the same time, I'm like,
Dude, just let it rip.
no, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, magic, what house are you in Harry Potter?
Actually,
So-
I am a Ravenclaw.
Okay, that's respectful.
I mean, honestly, just go for it. And if it's a problem, I'll tell you.
No, I don't want you to tell me, hey,
Yeah.
dude, that's a problem. Because I'm
No,
going to be
no,
like,
and I'm not gonna say it mean. I'm just gonna be like, that's a little too far.
God damn it.
Have you ever heard of the Worthwich School for Misfit Wizards?
I feel like I have, but I don't know.
It's like a witch academy.
It's like an adult sleepaway camp
Is that what it is?
where you basically LARP all weekend as like off-brand Harry Potter wizards.
Because of J.K. Rowling sent that cease and desist.
My wife has done it one time. She's planning on doing it again this year. So
Do they sleep in like bungalows
yeah,
or
you
like
get
cabins?
sorted to a house, and
Oh,
you
really?
they have different like cabins or whatever, and you.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Oh my god, I'm so teary-eyed.
That
That's
would
so
be a
cool.
really funny sketch where we did something like that, but all of the people working there were just extremely disinterested.
What do you
Like,
mean?
okay, here's your paperwork. They're smoking cigarettes hanging out of their mouth.
Okay, yeah,
Here's
yeah.
your paperwork. You're in
What if y'all are in a regular sleepaway camp, but y'all are doing that?
just the whole time.
And everybody's like, what are y'all?
Or
y'all
we're
in
trying
the
to
wrong
convince
camp.
everyone, hey y'all, well, are we Gryffindor? Are we Gryffindor guys?
they're
And they're
like,
like, shut up, we're getting on a jet ski.
I don't remember the names of all the houses, but my wife is in Wiverno House.
Okay,
Which
so
is-
she's in the American version.
Well, no, this is off-brand, so
They had to make up their own.
so it's not like the American Hogwarts.
'Cause
Yep.
it is a thing.
Yeah, because that is a thing, but I guess the Wiverno is like kind of the Slytherin equivalent in Worthwich,
We could do
from what I
Pogwarts,
know.
and we just
That does
wizards
not
and wizards, and we were playing Pogs the whole time.
Oh no.
Did you ever play with Pogs, or because we were talking about Pogs the other day? Caleb was telling me about his slammer, his torpedo slammer
So
that he
did
was
you ever
so
take
proud of.
Did you ever take Pogs serious in any capacity? Have you ever seen the ornate slammers?
Oh man.
There was a torpedo slammer, dude. It was
My ex still has all of his pogs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about now, but when we were together, he was like, "Yeah, look at my pogs," and I'm
Dude,
like,
that's awesome. That's actually kind of cool.
He's
You
kidding.
should have took them when you left and been like,
I
I'll
wish I-
trade these to someone in the future for
I would've just
sure.
put him in the trash. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's
Yeah,
all
and then Caleb wants us, if we get big enough, to make our own Pogs as merchandise.
Oh, hey, that would be. You should
Right?
do it now. Why do you need to be big?
Yeah, well, I
'Cause
mean,
no one will buy it.
Oh, come on.
we can give them away for free.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. Oh well, I will say this,
Design a sticker pog.
dude. I don't know if we ever said this on air, but we had the funniest idea ever at conventions. Whenever we go to do conventions, because we're trying. We put the application in for Comic-Con, the Corpus one,
Oh, okay.
and
Guess
then
they still haven't replied. Or...
still haven't replied. It's only been a month though.
I thought I thought they said like 4 weeks
I don't
is when
remember.
they're supposed to respond. Okay.
Well, I'll message them again and be like, "Yo,
I want to vend there this year.
you should."
I want to.
And
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics, but basically this is the second year we've applied, and probably they're going to deny us again. But
Why?
I don't know. Like maybe I'm thinking because we're not traditional like vendors. So we're just trying to promote the show. We were going to have like a computer set up where we can just run sketches all
Why
day.
don't you just walk around and do that?
Oh, we're gonna. Like, yeah, we're gonna do it at the Anime Con here in next month.
Yeah.
But the idea that we had for shirts was for us to take all of our old shirts, like we're getting rid of, and then just screen print like Team Triplehorn on them. Just right over whatever logo.
Yeah.
Right? And just
Yeah,
give those out. They're just a bunch of
Yeah.
used shirts.
It's so punk rock of you,
Dude,
Caleb.
I
is.
love that
You should
idea.
just like spray paint it on there too. Make it.
That's what I was
ultra
thinking. That
Well,
we just have like
yeah.
a stencil.
Because
We
I
don't have
would
to
do that.
And
screen.
then-
I said screen print, but I mean stencil.
Yeah.
God damn, y'all gotta ruin everything. But dead serious, like I
You
thought
should.
that's a great
I'd
idea.
wear it.
I love that fucking idea.
Yeah,
Like a gorillas, but
I-
with Team Triplehorn on it. It's a limited edition.
I love the look of like spray painted shirts. I used to wear them all the time in high school. I would make all my shirts. That was just crazy.
No, it's not crazy. I do the same thing. We used to make stencils. I had a Darkstalkers shirt, and I wore that thing well past high school. And we would make stencils for everything. You know what I did one time? I took a DDR bag, a DDR dance mat. Dance Dance Revolution, you're familiar, right?
Of course.
And I cut it up. I took an old backpack and I took all the stitching out, laid it over the pad,
What?
took it all out, and I made a DDR backpack.
That is so cool.
And when I would walk around, and everyone was like, "Dude, that is the dopest thing. Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "I made it." And they were like, "Oh, okay, weirdo."
I don't know what it was about back in the day, but DIY was like not like I used to make my own clothes. We grew up like super poor, so if I wanted anything cool, I had to make it. And I used to make my own clothes, and everybody would be like, "Did you get that from Goodwill?" And I'm like, "No, it's custom." And they're like, "Oh, so that means you made it?" Yeah, bitch. What about it?
That's a cool thing, though.
It is cool.
Dude,
Now,
when YouTube took off and people like, "Oh, look, watch how you can fold your shirt. So you can take your old shirt and turn it into a dress." And I was like,
about that.
I used to cut the sleeves off my shirts and I would wear them as a headband to hold my long hair back, you know? That's not quite the same, but I did make a belt buckle controller. Remember that?
He did make a belt buckle, yes.
And it vibrated. And so like
That's the important part.
so it was an old PS2 or PS1 controller, and I fastened it using what's the Christmas light wire, because I just ripped all the cords. I needed
Oh
the
my
wire.
gosh.
And then I wired it up with the vibration, and I put a little switch, and when you push the button, it vibrated. And I didn't have any I didn't understand resistors and transistors and stuff. So the battery died in like 10 minutes. But, I had it. I just had to change the battery, every
Anytime you
time I
wanted to
wore
use
it. And it was 9 volts. So like it was, like, you didn't just have them laying around. You had to make a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sad.
So what else are you into besides metaphysical supplies and which stuff? What do you watch? What are you watching on Netflix?
Right now, Doctor Who. No, I'm not watching it on Netflix. Not on Netflix. Watching it on Max. Rewatching it.
We're sponsored by Netflix. So.
That's the only one we can talk about. What am I watching on Netflix right now? I don't know.
Well, it doesn't have to be
Cobra
Netflix.
Cobra
Just
Kai.
anything.
Watching Cobra Kai right now on Netflix.
You're a big Karate Kid fan back in the day?
No. I did do martial arts though, because my dad was a big fan of Karate Kid.
Oh, what martial
What
arts
kind of
did
martial
you
art?
learn?
I think we did like mixed, but mostly judo.
Not
I
bad.
don't know. I was like a kid.
Damn it. I was going to say like a joke on like judo. Like you don't know all that, but it's
Just saying it.
But
Oh my
no,
gosh.
that was the joke, but I couldn't think of a funny way to get it out, and then I thought, it's probably not that funny. Anyway.
So have you gone back and watched the Karate Kid since
No.
watching Cobra Kai
I
or
probably
no?
should though. I just feel like they have so many flashbacks that it's like, why do I even need to
Oh,
watch
so you
it?
probably
Yeah.
you probably seen it. Did you ever watch that music video, "Sweep the Leg"?
No.
What band was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Well, you know what song I'm talking about, right?
No.
Oh my God! At GameStop, back in the day, they would have this TV and they would play. You would get a DVD every month, and you just play it nonstop
Basically
on
just
the
like
TV
marketing.
every
That's what I
month.
do.
And one month, one of the songs, I wish I could remember the name of the song or the band, but it was about the guy from, I guess
I think I actually do remember what you're
the
talking about.
antagonist from
The blonde-haired guy, the
from
one
Karate
from
Kid.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I guess he comes out in Cobra Kai,
Yeah.
right? And it was called "Sweep the Leg," and it was, I guess,
Yeah, I think I remember what you're
it
talking
was about
about.
Karate Kid. but we listened to it over and over.
I try to block out. Remember that was also the Black Eyed Peas. There was like 2 Black Eyed Peas songs.
Oh, I don't remember
That was when Gnarls Barkley was like a
The
thing.
thing.
And so I remember when I lost my mind.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was all the time, dude,
Right,
every
yeah.
day.
Dude,
But it was a great song.
I've been on like a 2000s kick of like music, so I've just been listening to like a bunch of like, and that's one of the songs that comes up a lot. So
Do
I'm
you
just
listen to Tsunami Bomb?
Like, no.
You're not familiar with them?
Nobody knows who that is,
Dude,
Kayla.
it's not really an underground band. I don't get to talk to
Just
people.
Yeah, I
Corpus.
think it is. I think they are. Yeah.
You ever heard of the Action Design?
Maybe that sounds familiar. I don't think so.
It's the same. It's the same singer from Tsunami Bomb. I'm a big Emily Whitehurst fan. She's part of her band now is called Survival Guide. Ever heard of
think
Survival
so.
Guide? They're from Texas.
I'm not gonna lie. I just listen to whatever comes on.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. There's very few bands I've ever sought out. Like, I'll hear something and be like, oh, let me add that to the mix.
Yeah, and it's just like one song.
My daughter, I do have to say this. I was playing her music the other day. I had a bunch of heavy metal. I say a bunch of heavy metal, but this was like music from my computer, meaning stuff that we pirated 20 years ago. You know what I mean? I don't pirate music anymore. I haven't actually for like 20 years.
I got Penny a Judas Priest album for her birthday last year, and she did not appreciate it.
Well, she warmed up to it though, because she was like, it's not too bad, but she hadn't listened to it again.
Okay.
But no, I was playing all my music for her, and after we were done, because she did not want to sit there. In my head, I said, the moment she tells me she likes one song, I'll stop and she can go, because she wanted to just go play. And so I'm playing all this music for her.
You're forcing her.
I'm forcing her.
There.
I'm forcing her. Listen to my old emo music. You don't like Newfound Glory? Penny, it's all downhill from here, baby. Let's go. And I'm just playing music after music. Chronic Future. You never heard Time and Time Again. And so I'm trying to get her into it. And then I think she ended up liking the Reanimation version of Linkin Park's. In the end,
A woman of taste.
the Linkin Park Reanimation album, side note, is like one of the best albums of all time.
Period.
Is that the second one?
Second best album of all time to Gorillaz' Demon Days.
That is a good one.
Yeah. But
Although-
anyway, so after we're done, I tell you all of that to tell you this. When she was done, she goes, Dad, you had I actually liked most of that music, but you have so many different types of music. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she goes, well, like that one was in Spanish, and then that one was heavy metal, and then that other one was rap, and then the other one was techno. And I was like, baby, there's no such thing as genre shifting in my playlist.
For real.
You've listened to my Spotify. It's like Disney.
Yeah, I mean, we listened to it.
Disney
we
musicals.
Listen to it while we're playing games. Yeah.
Dude, my Spotify wrapped up had my top 5 songs. I had 2 Moana songs on there.
I know we talked about it, Kayla.
Yeah, I know. I was
On the
blown
pod.
away. Well, she didn't hear.
So I need a recap.
Do you like Ghost at all or no?
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Did you
The
go to?
band, not the
I know.
ethereal
I'm
creature.
aware.
Did you go see him last time they
No.
came to town? No. Okay.
I'm not really a concert person. Crowds
Okay.
stress me out.
I haven't been to a concert. Well, we did see Ghost last year. Me and my wife did, but before that it had been so long. I was just telling Caleb about this the other day. The first concert I ever went to was 20 years ago, and I realized that it was 20 years ago, and it was just like, damn.
Your first concert was at least fun for you.
Yeah.
Ask me my first concert.
What was your first concert, Caleb?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. It was a Toby Keith, Willie Nelson
Oh my
concert.
God, dude.
But in retrospect, Willie Nelson's pretty dope. Y'all don't like Willie Nelson?
I don't hate him.
Not really a fan of country.
I like old country. Like
Like Johnny Cash.
yeah, like stuff like
Or
that.
Willie Nelson.
He's like outlaw country. Johnny Cash is, right? I think that's
I
the.
don't know.
I think he's like the father of outlaw country.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make this bold claim. I don't.
You're gonna
There's
get a lot of hate for that
someone
one.
out there. Oh, well, you know what? We just got a lot of hate for the
Yeah.
Cat Williams bit.
Yeah. People have been calling Caleb Little Debbie.
Hey, okay. Side note, I'm so sorry. I just have to tell you this before I forget. I saw the coolest Christmas decoration, and it's a big Little Debbie Christmas cake.
Oh
That's
my
pretty
god!
cool.
Make it.
Where was this at?
I saw it on TikTok. I'm gonna make it
Okay.
next year.
Yeah.
Anywho, but you said Little Debbie, and that just
When you said best Christmas decoration. I thought, oh, did she see Centaur on the shelf? Show her Centaur.
yeah.
It's right there behind you.
Grab Centaur.
Kevin got us this for the family, and he said it. He goes, "It's a family gift." Isn't that the best?
Well, it's because
You got to show it on camera.
For your future generation.
it's because his grandma was here one time and she was saying how she hates centaurs.
No, wait. No. That story is really good.
Okay, tell the story.
Because it was me, Kevin. We're all. It's like all of us. We're all sitting in the front, and my grandmother was like from out of town, right, from Louisiana. She's hanging out, and she comes and sits with us in the front. And we're watching, like, was it one of the game shows, one of the game awards or something where they were showing off video games.
Okay.
And so God of War was on screen. And so she's seeing, like, this guy fight all these monsters and stuff. And she starts telling us, you know what I hate? I hate those half man, half horse creatures. And it was seemingly out of nowhere, you know, like, it was just, maybe she saw something on screen and we just didn't notice. But then as she's saying all this, you know, she goes on for like a 5-minute rant. And as she finishes, we're all like, oh, okay, you know, you hate centaurs. All right. And so we look up at the screen and like we're watching. And then here comes this gigantic centaur. And then her sound effect, she just went, oh. It was so good.
She had already seen that trailer.
My grandmother is actually really funny. Her and her sister, they are hilarious. They used to put videos on YouTube with them two just sitting and talking.
Really?
And yeah, I swear to God, dude. But I promise you, they are hilarious. It's the weirdest thing. Two old country ladies, just Aunt Mary and Nanny. Just, I swear to God, they're just the funniest people. Just naturally funny. They're just silly. They're like bickering all the time, like kind of like, you know, playful bickering. But man, they really are funny.
Do your clientele at Brujita Boutique, does it usually skew towards older or younger or?
Man, somebody asked me this question. I don't know who. Somebody asked me this question a while ago, and they were like, "What's like the connecting factor of your clients?" And I said, "Nothing." Like I'm telling you,
all walks of life.
you have no idea. Like I have some people that are like, they have a lot of money, and then I have some people that are clients and these are all consistent clients that are like homeless. You know what I mean? Like you would be so shocked at the different. And then there, of course, I have like social workers. I have lawyers. I have doctors. I have nurses. You know what I mean? Like people of like, I guess people that you wouldn't necessarily assume, right?
Yeah.
Who would be into this, but they're like so into it. And I think the only thing that would connect them is this like desire to find fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
And that's usually what the main thing is like they did all the right things, right? They got the job, they went to school, they got, you know, the husband, the family, but they still don't have that
Still have that wanting.
Mm-hmm. And so that's, I think, the only connecting factor between, wow, I just discovered something new today.
Okay. It's all thanks to our sponsor today.
You should put out ads for sponsors because that would be funny.
We did do a video before. It was just us trying to be funny, asking for sponsors, and I don't think anyone.
No
watched
one
it.
took the bait.
No one, didn't get very good views like most of our videos.
We did it mostly in jest because it was like, you know, hey, we're ready for sponsors, you know, kind of like that attitude. That was when we had the first appearance of the lower back pillow.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Also, that was the first time that, you know how like when you go to film a selfie and you hand someone the camera and it's already recording, and then they get into position and then they hit record and it stops the recording, you know?
Oh,
so we
yeah.
lost like half of the footage that day because Marty stopped the recording. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
We have a lot of mishaps around here, you know, running this out of the house and just for fun. But it's all fun. It's all been fun. I don't think we've had any negative experience except for the Cat Williams bit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, wait. When we filmed, one time we filmed a D&D. Actually, you know what? Maybe you can help us. Do you think you can hook us up with some oils, crystals, whatever would help to keep people showing up whenever it comes time to film? God damn it.
Oh man.
Everybody is
To
always
to
flaking.
keep people from from calling Caleb Lil Debbie online.
I want to rub a crystal on my neck and get some of this skin tightened up.
Before I started doing this full time, running the shop and doing card readings and stuff, I actually used to work at a retirement firm, and I was studying to be a financial advisor. I hated that job.
Super boring.
So boring. I realized when I was studying to be the FA, I was like, yeah, I really hate this. This really sucks. But the reason I brought that up, you're talking about crystals. Everybody used to make fun of me because I always had to have my crystals in all my meetings. Hey, but I was making money. So who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm not knocking it because I have some crystals in there. I don't even know where we got them. I just know that I have them, but they look almost identical to the Final Fantasy trading card game, the little crystal icon. So we use
Oh,
them
yeah,
as
yeah,
crystal
yeah.
tokens and like to counters. And I want to make a little carrying case so I can have all of them in there and just
Just
keep
use like
them
a
all
Hot Wheel
together.
case.
Yeah, that would
Them with the
work.
Dollar Tree.
So like specific crystals do like specific things. Is that how it works? Or
Yes, I actually teach a whole class on this. But I'm gonna do a crash course. So how essentially how it works, right, is the crystal's like a filter. So if you speak into the crystal, right, it already has, based on its chemical components and its like geometric structures, which is comes from the chemicals, right? That's what gives it the colors, but that's also what gives it, like I said, the structures. Anyhow, the vibration of your speech will filter essentially, right, through it, and it will change it to a certain frequency, right?
Okay, like
So
absorption of.
yeah, so it's talks more about like piezoelectricity. I'm probably saying that wrong. I have it written down somewhere, but essentially it's like, you know how they use quartz in computers,
Yeah.
because it's able to go at high rates, compress and expand without breaking like how glass would,
Yeah.
right? That's why it breaks whenever you put hot water on it. It's the same thing with a crystal, and so the idea is that like you're putting it at a certain frequency and it's able to change at a rate that's not going to, like, depending on what the structure is, it will change it, right? So and to say all this, right, so rose quartz is good for love because of its chemical structure and because of its color, which also comes from the chemicals, right? You have amazonite, which is good for communication, intuition building. You have sodalite, also good for communication, intuition building, but they're both kind of blue. The difference is one is more for your crown, which is associated with the darker color, which can be sodalite. The other one is more for your throat, which is more purpley, which is going to be the amazonite. And so all these things come into play. It's actually really complicated.
No, like I follow what you're saying, and that's not like I don't know much about like the specific purposes of crystals, but I do know that like in ancient history and stuff, right? Like Eastern medicine, when they talk about like the cheese and chakras and how there's the energy and stuff, and so basically, I like the little bit that I've ever heard about crystals, I know that that kind of plays into the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
or at least the same body energies and
Yeah.
stuff. But that's
so when you say like when you're talking into the crystal, are you like just saying like something you want or
Within that vein. So common example. So like quartz is considered the master crystal because it's clear and again it's able to conduct high amounts of electricity. So you can use it to store energy, push energy out, whatever. But like the other crystals, like I said, rose quartz is really popular. It's mostly associated with love of all kinds. So the idea is that you cleanse it, right, of any energy that it's gotten from just being touched or the earth or whatever, and then you give it a task, right? And so the task would have to be in the vein of love. It could be self-love, it can be platonic love, it could be romantic love, it could be rekindling love, it could be anything, but it just has to be in that same vein. And once you give it a task, it will like remember the task, right? And that's the purpose of carrying it. So like for me, I love carrying citrine because that's the money crystal. It's really good for like people who are in business, but because of the colors, because of the structure. And so whenever you have it and you wear it, you give it that purpose of like, oh, for me, mine is all about like bringing me opportunities.
yeah.
So I don't necessarily want money. I want opportunities to make money.
Yeah.
But if you just want money, you can also do that too.
we want opportunities and money too.
Yeah, so train is a good one.
I'm gonna go buy some scratch offs. Can you?
Yes, I can. And that's essentially how it works for everything in magic. And it's just my opinion. I don't want anybody to argue with me. But how I view things, I view it in the vein of frequencies, right? So the oils, you wear them because it already has the herbs and the things that I put into it, the roots already have that frequency of money or of love or attraction. And when you wear it or you put it on things, like attracts like. It's like
Yeah.
magnets. So you get more of it.
That's kind of the concept that has been floating around a lot more recently, and to a more simplified version is vibes.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this was it just yesterday, right? When I was telling you about oh my god, matching energy. We were talking about karma.
Yeah.
And I was telling him how I'm a believer in karma. The energy that you put out and the energy you put out is the energy you receive. You know what I mean? And so like that's a thing for me that I do believe in. And I feel like it's in the same kind of, vein and same realm.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like, if someone is just like a bummer to be around all the time, the people around them are kind of gonna get that from them as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was actually talking about this today with a client. Where you surround yourself matters, because that's what do they say? You are what you eat, but I think it should be you are what you consume, because that could be content, that
Yeah.
could be just words, anything. So who you hang around with matters, like,
Oh, yeah.
so much, because then you start internalizing all of these different things. And it just becomes a good thing or a bad thing.
There's a lot of people who keep around like negative impacts in their life. One thing that I noticed, like people that are super negative that we used to associate with frequently, and then over time, like, we just less and less, less and less, less and less. And then I have them like on Facebook and stuff. And I'm seeing their posts, and everything is just so pessimistic and negative. And it's like, God dang, I'm so happy I cut this person out. Unfollow. I don't want to see it anymore. It's all negativity. I feel like we're such positive people. I'm such a positive person.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had such an impact on your life, Kevin.
It does matter.
Speaking of Facebook, you have a pretty big following on Facebook, right?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
You can definitely find her on Facebook under La Brujita. That one wasn't it. I didn't put as much Spanish into that,
Okay.
but
You did your best.
I'm running out of Spanish. All right. Brujita.
Oh my
I
god.
wanted to say Brujita.
People always say, this one lady kept saying burrito. I was
Okay.
like, you're not even trying.
You didn't try to correct her? Or?
I did, and she just kept
Okay.
saying it, and I was like, do you think it's funny? Because you're honestly pissing me off. No, and then I've had people say like brujerita. That's another good one. I'm like, they have like such a limited idea of what Mexican or Spanish is that they just
Yeah.
like incorporate into everything.
Well, on one of our recent sketches, Caleb's cousin was trying to say Yellowstone in Spanish, and he kept saying Almarillo instead of Amarillo. It's Amarillo, right?
Amarillo, yeah.
He couldn't say Amarillo. He kept saying Almarillo. Like, what
Because
is-
isn't that the city here?
there's
Yeah,
an
it's
there's an
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Yeah, there you go.
But he couldn't do it. Almarillo. And then I forgot how you say stone in Spanish. Do you
It
speak
was like
Oh,
Spanish?
a
Piedra
little
or
bit,
something, right?
yeah.
Piedra or
Pedra. Piedra?
something like that. Piedra.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but he could not say it. And it made it funnier.
Yeah.
Like it made the sketch way funnier because we also had him in like a serape, or no, he was wearing a poncho, but
Yeah.
it kind of looked like the old serapes.
No.
We actually used to have these really nice serape blankets. Dude, they were so pretty. And it was purple, black, and like it was like all colors that you would never see.
I don't know. What are these blankets you're talking about?
It's like
The stereotypical like Mexican poncho.
picture like a
Oh.
Mexican poncho, like Pancho Villa poncho,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then it's like the same material.
Dude, I miss ponchos so bad.
Oh, the restaurant?
Every time I hear Pancho Villa, that's what I think of, because that's when I first learned about him, was at ponchos.
Dude, ponchos with the one that they had in San Antonio.
Ugh.
Remember how like they closed the one here and then they have one in San Antonio, and so we were like, oh, we got to go to San Antonio, so we did, and then now it's closed. I guess they're all done.
Houston.
There's
Houston
one
is
in
the-
Houston now. Shouldn't I go to Houston pretty damn frequently? Well, you know what? No, I
There's
used
a
to.
few, and then there's one in Dallas or in Arlington.
There's no more furs. Were you a fan
Is
of
it-
furs?
No.
Isn't there a
I've had
Furs
lots of
in
furs.
San Antonio allegedly, or
Dude, allegedly is like a big allegedly.
So you don't like Lubies?
Luby's is fine. I like Luby's too, But Furs was just like, we were like the only 18-year-old kids when we graduated. Do you remember going with us to Furs?
Well, I didn't know you till 2006, but yeah, I remember going to Furs with y'all.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, yeah, like basically we were like the only kids. I would load up like, hey, everybody from school, you know, the kids who are still in school. I'd be like, hey, I'll go pick y'all up after school tomorrow and we'll go to Furs. It was like $8 for a freaking, you know, everyone to whatever you wanted, you know? And so we would load up and go to Furs. And then when it closed down, like in 2013 or
I
something
don't
like
remember
that.
what year it was.
Remember they had one in the
heartbreaking.
mall, right? Or was that Luby's?
I think they had a Luby's in the
Oh.
mall.
I was
Yeah.
gonna-
Did
I
they have a
always-
Luby's at the mall?
Yeah. We're now it's the Croc store.
Back in the back in the Padre Staples days.
Oh man,
That's
the
been a while.
carousel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the carousel. Yeah.
We were arguing. Was it you? Who was I arguing with the other day about there being a Sam Goodies at the mall?
I think it was me. I don't
Or was
remember
you?
Sam
He doesn't
Goodies.
remember Sam Goodies.
I remember
Sam Goodies?
FYE.
Oh well, you're only 30. I aged you. I'm sorry.
Bleep.
Yeah, please do that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm 43. When do you enter middle age?
30.
We in it,
30,
bro.
really?
We in
Yeah.
it, bro.
You really think it's
I hate to
30?
be.
I don't think so. In my head, I'm still 17.
Yeah, me too.
But
Like,
but
I'm still
technically-
14.
I hate to be the one to tell you, Caleb, but me and you is in it.
You really think?
We're fighting
Yeah.
for our lives.
I feel like 40. I feel like 35. We're probably in it. But
Dude,
what's
we're
the
definitely
what's
in
the
it.
end of middle age?
40.
Probably
40? Shit, you're old after 40?
Because okay, so like supposedly the life expectancy of an average person is like 65, 67. So it would make 30 middle age. Although people keep saying middle age is 50, but like nobody lives to be 100, so it's really not middle aged.
Oof.
Um,
I need a crystal for that.
I need a crystal for my existential crisis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Side note,
Do
when
you-
you said existential.
do you really think you're not middle aged, dude?
No, I think I'm middle aged, but
Okay.
me and Jim were talking about it. I was like, because she's going to be 40. And I was like, I don't know what counts as middle age. Like, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter, like, at all.
Well, I mean, you're only as old as how you
as
feel.
you feel, yeah.
And we talk about video games and make dick jokes all day. So, I mean, we feel
I
younger.
definitely don't act 36.
Yeah.
No, same. I mean, I think I'm a witch for a living. I mean, be for real.
What is your favorite witch movie?
Oh, we know the answer to that.
No.
It is The Craft.
You really
for
think
sure.
so?
I mean,
I'm questioning you, and you're like, no, asshole, that's my favorite movie.
my favorite witch movie. It's not my favorite movie, but and it is because when I first watched it, this is a funny ass story. I'm gonna tell it. So I watched it at my friend's house. We used to go to church together, and her parents were very religious, so that was ironic that we even watched that. I was 14, and that was the first time I really saw like witch. I mean, I've seen Harry Potter, but that's like, not the same. This was like witch stuff that you could do in real life, and I was like, oh my god, this is a thing. And it like changed, and my parents were not about it. My parents were very religious, so they very much were like, they would find my witch books, they would rip them up, they would burn them.
Yeah.
They were like
Oh,
hardcore. They were like really like, no, you're not doing this.
So they were-
I couldn't wear black nail polish.
They were our characters from the Pilgrim sketch.
No, yeah. And I mean, I know they meant well, but I feel like it just made me want to learn more about it. But really, I learned a lot about protection magic, because when I was little, I would see stuff like all the time, and I would just have like all these experiences that I didn't understand. And so doing this, I now understand what was happening. Now with my kids, when they have their experiences, I'm able to like handle it and like talk them through it instead of just being like, no, you're just having a nightmare, go to sleep.
Yeah, no, that I find the same thing. Like for with Penny, when Dad, I think I saw something in the closet, and I'm like, baby, listen, do you know what the Jabberwocky is?
I love that.
We're all too young for this, but I mean, there was like a satanic panic in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure
But
that
you know
had
what's funny?
an effect on your parents.
Oh yeah.
People who say stuff like, "Oh, that's not real. That's not real."
They're the most scared.
Right? That's
They really
exactly
are.
what I was gonna say.
They really
And anyone's like, "Oh, I don't believe in that crap, but I don't want to see it around me." It's like, well, why don't you want to see it around you if it has no power?
My dad's thing is like, oh, well, I don't need that because I have the blood of Christ. And I'm like, then
Then why does it bother you?
So they're
exactly.
still super religious,
My
or
mom is not so much. My mom's more open because like this is part of our culture, you know.
Yeah.
It's very much we're very much a superstitious people in general.
You're talking about like Hispanics.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, yes, the Latino community, Latinx. Yeah. So my mom's super open, and I think she sees too. Like, I'm doing like it's working. You know, I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for other people. You know, it's like working.
Speaking of doing it for other people, because I want to point out, because I thought that was really nice. In addition to all the spiritual help that you provide at your shop, and like you do for people, you also have real world applications and
Yes.
stuff for people, and which honestly that like because it's not about for you at least as you were describing it the other day, it was not about oh just here buy my stuff. It's
yeah.
also oh, people come to you, they need help, and well, you can explain it better than me.
Well,
What am
No,
I
you're
doing?
I mean,
fine.
you have a lot of empathy. You want to actually for real
Your
try to help
desire is
these
not
people.
to rob people from their money or to separate people from their money, not rob them, but separate them from their money. Your job is or your purpose is to help them,
Yes,
and you feel that way.
I do.
Yes, you feel that way. That's how I feel like right now. I'm like, I'm
No,
telling
no,
you.
and you're right, but honestly, that's part of the gift, right? Um, so doing this, right, if you use them wrong, right, they can go away.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't talk about that because it's not interesting and it's not fun and it's not conducive to capitalism, but it is what makes them better, right? So
Yeah.
me, I feel like my path has been curanderismo, which is a healing practice, right? But part of that is not just healing the spirit, but like I was saying, mind and body, right? And if your mind is out of whack because you're stressed out about rent,
Yeah.
if your body's full of cortisol because you're stressed out about rent, you know, or you need mental help, you know, what all the prayers in the world are not going to do anything if you
Yeah.
don't get the medication that you need. So, as I was saying yesterday, I do have, or I was saying earlier actually, I do have clients that are social workers, who are nurses, who are lawyers. And so I have made a comprehensive list of resources in the area. Now, it's not too good for, I have a lot of clients that are out of state. It's not too good for them, but I try to be like, hey, well, we have this here. You should try and find this in your area,
Or you like
right?
online resources too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff, but I try to keep it here just because this is like where I get most of my clientele. Obviously, like
Yeah.
walk in who come in.
It's home base.
Mm-hmm. But and then of course, you know, the clients who give me information. But I have had like yeah, especially a lot of like single moms who are like, you know, oh my gosh, like I want to leave this person, but I can't because, you know, I'm not working or whatever. And I'm like, hey, go to your local women's shelter,
Yeah.
you know? And
It might be
Here,
rough, but you'll be
here
in a
in
better
here in
spot.
Corpus, that's called the Purple Door.
mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah, we have
the
a women's
the
shelter.
Purple Door, that's a woman's shelter?
Yeah, it's a DV shelter.
I thought that was like a place that sold stuff.
Oh, that's a resale shop, and it supports the DV center.
I did not know that
Mm-hmm.
because we went in there like not that long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like,
All kinds of
you
good
know what?
stuff.
Shout out Purple Door because they had like they had these suits. Someone had, I guess, donated these little suits, and it was like a suit top, but like suit shorts.
That's pretty cool.
It was really cool,
I mean,
and my
that's AC/DC.
dude, my mom was literally like, "Hey, well, dude, that's Team Triplehorn Academy."
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, she was gonna get us some, and I was like, I want to wear these. Sorry to interrupt
No,
with such
you're
a
fine.
funny.
No.
So you focus on like healing and helping people. Do you
Yeah.
ever get people coming into your store and they're like, "Hey, I need to like curse this dude."
Oh
What do you
yeah.
what do you tell them?
It just depends. So I require a consultation before I take on any spell work, but I don't rule it out because I don't see magic as black and white. One, I think it's important to understand brujeria, which is dark Mexican magic. One, so you can break it if you need to, and know what it is, because if you don't know what it is, you can't do anything about it. And two, so let's say this person was sexually assaulted, right? They go to the police, nothing happens.
Regular channels aren't
Mm-hmm.
working.
Or, you know, this person did them wrong, they can't prove it, right? Is it wrong to bring justice in another way?
Yeah.
right? You know, and the consultation for me is to make sure that because people will tell you any story. And so how I work, right, is I have spirits or spirit guides, however it is that you prefer to resonate with that. Um, I don't do the work, they do. I'm just the hands,
Yeah.
right, to put it together. So my consultation is asking them, hey, do you want to do this or do you not? Or is this just going to be like more of a mess for me? You know, or it might sometimes too, there's different close practices that I'm not initiated into that I can't do work because that's what the practice is within. So then I know, okay, well, let me send you here before I like fuck myself.
Yeah.
So it's complicated. And I'm able to also say like I can't do everything. Nobody can do everything, you know, but there's a lot that I can do. So yeah, I have done some for people to get fired from jobs because they're harassing people.
There's a lot of bad employees.
Yeah, or to, you know, get rid of a manager, get rid of neighbors, get rid of people who are hounding your man, just saying, hit me up.
I got a neighbor who I'm pretty sure is like up all night doing meth. And I'm pretty sure he also runs like a chop shop. So
Out of his house. Is that
yeah,
the one I thought I heard gunshots coming from?
might have been, might have been.
We were at his house. We were putting up a bookshelf, and I walk outside because we're getting ready to leave, and he had gone to the bathroom. I was gonna, you know what, right there, I was gonna say he was taking a massive dump. That'd have been a good little segue, right?
Yeah.
But I go outside and I'm on the phone talking to my dad, and I'm like, hey, yeah, we're on the way back. You know, we finished the shelf, blah blah blah, and I've got water bottles in my hand. You see how I got my water in my spit cup always, and so I got my water in my spit cup. I feel like I'm holding it all silly, and I walk outside, and then all of a sudden I hear gunshots, and then a car peels out and like does a 180, and I was like, there's a drive by, and so like I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I dropped my spit cup, and I was like, and I go inside the house, and I'm like, hey, Dad, did you hear that? He goes, yeah, what the hell was that, you know? And so I'm kind of chilling in the house, and in my head, you know, I'm like, if they saw me, they're gonna want to get rid of that, get rid of the witness. God damn it.
I thought
it was nothing. I don't know what it was.
I did think I think I heard another shot this morning.
God dang it.
But I mean, that's how we handle our business in Cal Allen, you know.
Period.
I was gonna ask you, anyone ever comes in there talking about like these Team Triplehorn guys are the worst?
Absolutely.
Send them the other way.
100%.
Send them the other way.
Oh, I thought you were asking if they do, and I was like, yes, they do.
Oh no. God dang it.
Do like when you're out like at the mall or grocery store, do people like recognize you?
Yes.
That's good.
It is. But it's also a little overwhelming sometimes. Like I've seen other businesses where they don't use themselves as like their own face, right? They use like other people, like they have models and stuff. Sometimes I wish I did that. And sometimes I don't. Like I don't mind when people come up to me and like they're so nice and they're so sweet and I absolutely love everybody. But sometimes I have a lot of social anxiety.
Yeah.
So when people come up to me, I don't know what to say. Like I had I have a lady and her husband that comes in. The husband is skeptic, but he's very sweet about it. And I saw him at Walmart and he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Welcome."
You said welcome?
Because I usually see him at the shop, so I was like, "Welcome," and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him, and I was like, "I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry." I just
It's
panicked.
association. That's what it is.
You know,
You see
and
the face.
even whenever people see me, they're like, "Hey," and I'm like I don't know who you are. I mean, I do. I just get nervous.
I would pretend like I didn't know. You'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Oh, and that's like the other thing too. Is like I don't want to dismiss anybody because I don't want them to think I'm being rude. So I'm like, "Hi,
Yeah.
hello, have a good day."
It's good though because people recognizing you
Mhm.
means more memorable, you know, and you're a nice person.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're very, what's the word, friendly,
Yeah.
outgoing a little bit, like,
Yeah.
or at least in your shop and stuff. Like,
Yeah, in the shop for sure.
she's like, when I got my game face on, yeah, sure, I'm nice, but
No, it's just like it is funny. So I was telling a client this morning actually. Brujita is like my alter ego. So when I started doing my spiritual work and my spiritual path, more seriously, I should say, in the past couple of years, I struggled a lot with like confidence, obviously social anxiety still, and talking to people. Like I just had such a hard time. I tried so hard not to do pop-ups, but there's like no way to build a business if you don't do
yeah.
pop-ups. So I would just be like, you know what? Taylor's not here right now. This is Brujita. And so Brujita became all the things that I wanted and needed to be until it became me. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Or
now,
a part of you.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're self-taught, right?
As far as, yeah, for the most part, we call it in the spiritual one, we call it spirit led.
Okay.
That's
Do you have any younger people, any trainees that want to
What
get
do you
into
call a
it, or
trainee?
An apprentice.
an apprentice?
Oh, that's not that fun.
It can
You
be.
don't got like a Spanish word for it?
In certain traditions, they call them sons or godsons and goddaughters.
Ah, I
It
like
just
that.
it just depends on what tradition and what culture. Um, but yeah, I just don't. So to be what they call an elder, right? Someone who teaches, right? It requires a certain level of experience and age, right? And so you have to definitely be older, been around the block.
Oh, so you're definitely not there.
No.
Well, you're almost there because we have
It's-
established that middle age is
Listen,
30.
okay. Wow. Okay. No, and the other thing too is I've never had like a real I have people that I consider mentors. I learn a lot from them. They're the people that I see when I got issues, and when I see stuff that's beyond me, I'm like, you need to go talk to them.
So there are other like practitioners
Oh
here in
yeah,
Corpus?
they're not in Corpus.
Okay.
And there are practitioners in Corpus, so that I'm about to take a Reiki class with a local practitioner, which I'm really excited
A
about.
Reiki?
What is
So
that?
Reiki is a Japanese energetic healing. Although I'm not gonna get into that. That's like a whole thing about cultural appropriation. I'm just gonna steer away from that.
Ah.
But it's energetic healing essentially, right? We were talking about earlier, chakras, chi, all these things, right? And it's something that I do naturally already when I make my products, when I'm doing cleansings with people, even whenever I'm reading cards. But this is a way to learn how to hone it in, and I'm really excited about it.
That sounds cool.
It's very exciting.
You had said cultural appropriation, so association in my brain. If a white person did what you do, would they be, what would they be called?
So
Or does that even matter?
here is my thing, right? I have no, there's no issue with anybody practicing anything from any culture as long as you
Respectful?
are taking the time to learn the culture,
Yeah.
right? And that includes me too, because I grew up very Americanized, right? So I had to relearn my own culture before I could fully understand how to work things. And even then, I'm still learning, as we all are, right? The problem becomes when you are doing that for profit, right? And you're teaching it as a way that it's like authentic, right? So let's say you're not Hispanic, and it's nothing to do with being white, because there are white Mexican people. And,
true.
So if you're not Hispanic, right, you don't know anything about the culture, and you're teaching these people these classes, right, for like money, for lots of money, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying, you want to learn Mexican folk magic, you want to learn brujeria, like come take this class with me. Like that is appropriation.
Basically profiting
off of the culture
without the appreciation or the respect.
And okay, let's say you want to do that. Okay, but what are you giving back to the culture? Right? Like, so you're taking from the culture. What are you giving back?
That's true.
If you're going to have that trade-off, right? You see that a lot in voodoo. It's very common. One of the most like well-known, I don't want to say popular, well-known practitioners in voodoo is a white woman who's written like a lot of books and makes like a lot of money.
Is she at least from Louisiana?
Yeah, she's from Louisiana.
But she have RP.
But it's just like, you know what I mean? Versus you see so many practitioners of color who struggle, right? And it's and a lot of it too is like the media. So you'll see like in TV and movies and stuff, a lot of the like evil sorcerers are always of color. If you think about it.
But are they the ones that are practicing?
Yeah, but they're always like negative. So like let's say a good one that I like to use is
What about the new Haunted Mansion? Tiffany
I haven't seen
Haddish.
it.
Tiffany Haddish was the witch, right?
Well,
It was pretty good. It was a pretty good movie.
I have to
that's
see
I
it.
like the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion
Me
more,
too.
but this new one was not bad. It's actually pretty good. It had was it Owen Wilson?
I guess
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't.
I
pretty
saw
good.
I
that.
guess I didn't see that because I was about to say Eddie Murphy, but you said that was the last one, so
Yeah, that's like
so I
the
guess
middle one, I
guess
guess.
I haven't
I
seen
don't
the
I
new
don't know.
one.
But yeah, I guess that makes sense. I
Um,
don't see a lot of practitioners at all.
yeah.
And so you telling me like the white lady's the voodoo master, I'm like, what?
I mean, is she or
White
isn't
voodoo
she?
sounds
I
dangerous.
don't, I don't have enough information to say like, is she good? Is she not? Or whatever, right? But just knowing that is just like, okay, but like, what are you giving back to the culture that you've taken from? Which is, and that's the whole thing with Reiki. So Reiki is initially a Japanese culture that has turned into this like, there's a paywall, you have to have a certification, like it's very whitewashed. And so although I do want to learn these practices because like I said, I do want to learn how to hone in something that I do naturally, I don't necessarily agree with the way that it's done. And there's no shade to the person that I'm learning from because you can't help it. Like it's just
That's just
what it
the
is now.
process.
It's just what it is now.
And that's the only way to learn it.
Yeah.
Or you
You
feel or is it a situation where you feel like that's the only way to authentically learn it?
I do feel like the only way to learn it is from someone else. But I don't know. I haven't taken the class yet.
Like hopping on YouTube and
Oh
figuring
God.
something out is not the same. No, I'm dead serious. Like,
No, I understand what
yeah,
you're saying because that's half the problem, right?
yeah.
TikTok, the rise of TikTok, the rise of witch talk.
That's a good one.
Jesus. No, that's what it's
We
called.
don't use TikTok at all.
I love TikTok.
Fuck TikTok.
Well, I
I'm a
mean,
YouTube guy.
we
Good luck getting
do
monetized.
we do a lot of YouTube shorts, which is basically the TikTok format, but it's just on YouTube.
And the award for the wettest blanket. God damn it. Hey, wait, how long has it been? I feel like we've been talking
In
for
1 hour and 3 minutes.
All right. Good news is, honestly, dude, you do perfectly well just talking with us. You should come back and we should talk shit about all kinds of
Oh
things.
my God, no.
Um,
Never on camera. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no, I know.
I'm just
Um,
kidding.
We've only tried to talk shit about one person one time, and it was Cat Williams, and everyone blew up and got so mad. Like, I don't watch all of his stand-up specials. I'm gonna be reeling about that for years.
So earlier you had said your favorite movie about witches was The Craft.
Oh, the remake?
Oh God, please don't get me
That there
started.
was a remake.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
remade it.
no, it's not a remake. It's a part two. It's a sequel.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah. I'm
sequel.
sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
it is a sequel. Yeah, my
It
bad.
was terrible. It's awful.
What's better, the remake of Craft or Ace Ventura 2?
Oh my God, Ace Ventura 2.
Oh, for sure.
Did you watch Blair Witch when it came out? Or?
Okay. This is the story. I have had enough ghost experiences in my life, like IRL, that I don't like scary movies.
Okay.
They're too real for me.
Dude, I actually don't like scary movies either.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies either, but for some reason I saw Blair Witch in theaters. I mean, have you seen it since then? Oh, you haven't seen it at all.
Ever. Yeah.
It's hella
Okay.
boring.
Is it?
It gets made fun of a lot.
Mhm.
Like what they made fun of it pretty bad. What was it, Scary Movie 1 or Scary
Yeah.
Movie 2? One of those. But it's a legit scary movie because it's like the whole found footage thing.
What is scary? You've never seen it?
Mm-mm.
What is scary about it is, and it was genius for them to do it, everything was open to interpretation. They don't show you anything. They don't show you a single moment of anything happening.
I think they do show a lot of
No,
stuff
they
happening.
don't.
I think you're misremembering,
Dude, no, they don't. They
Okay,
keep
well, I
seeing
don't
stuff
wanna-
in the distance, and there's like a person walking.
We don't need to go
It's-
into it.
It's like,
Flindy.
it's dumb. It's hella dumb.
Okay.
And then, but it is creepy at the end, though, whenever like the camera goes to the person and they're standing in the corner, and then the camera falls, and it's like, what happened? What happened? You know, like that movie is hella dumb. I
Okay.
can name 50 scarier movies than
All right,
that.
whatever, whatever.
He's like, well, just watch it.
We actually, in fact, the very first time I ever tried to film a movie was me and my buddy Gabriel Zaragoza. Shout out Gabriel. I haven't talked to him in like 15, 16 years. I don't even know what he's doing. But anyway, when we were kids in middle school, he had come over and I was like, dude, we should make a movie. Why don't we do a Corpus Christi Blair Witch? And it was back before they developed all those houses back here. And so it was just empty fields and like grass and trees and stuff. And so
Nature.
we took a 2x4 and we wrapped like a shirt around it and we set that bitch on fire, so we had a torch. And so we were like, okay, we're gonna go take this out to that field. And man, dude, I'm glad we never did though, because we would have looked so suspect.
Yeah.
And we would have burned so much down and we would have so got arrested. But that was the first time that we were ever gonna make a movie, was the Corpus Christi Blair Witch. Would have been dope.
No, man. Everybody loves to send me like paranormal stuff or stuff about ghosts or whatever, and I'm like, fuck no, I'm not about
Yeah,
that.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I believe in it for sure. I just don't want to deal with it.
I kind of don't.
And I feel like it doesn't matter even if I put myself in the scenario. If I don't, it just happens. So I just like, why?
I creep myself out. Like, I creep myself out a lot. Like, you know the feeling like when you go to take the trash out or something, and then you do it in the day because you're like, I don't want to do that at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you do it at
I
night,
made a video about that actually.
Oh.
I made a little TikTok, and I was like, when you that little run you do when you turn off all the lights.
go, get the door, gotta get the door shut.
Yeah, it's just a video of me running out the shop.
I'm 36 years old and I am a male. I'm tough. But I'm gonna tell you
Debatable.
something. When I go to lock the front door before we go to bed, ooh, I'm like, oh God, I know that knob's gonna turn when I touch it.
Oh my God, why would you say that? That's scary.
I still do that to myself all the time. I'll be laying in the room, and you know, like the Jabberwocky, like the concept of the Jabberwocky. Like that's why I was telling Penny about it, because that's me to a T. I'll be laying there and I'm just like, do you know what though? I wonder if it has to do with my vision loss. Like I'm gonna save it for after. No, goddamn,
No,
I already
all the
talked about it.
senses get
What's that?
heightened. All of your senses get heightened.
Yeah, but I have lack of peripheral. So
Okay.
like I can stare at you and maintain eye contact because I can see your face only. All of this is gone. There's nothing here. Nothing here. But there's something back here. Because I have extreme peripheral, but just no, regular peripheral. So I wonder if because of that, like I see a flickering light over here. Like if I ever want to know the color of something, I actually have to look at it from the side because I can't see. I'm a little bit colorblind when I look straight. That's why I could never be racist. Just saying.
I said I don't see color.
When you said you were Hispanic, I was like, what?
Are you sure? Oh my gosh, one of my friends was like, "You're so tan," and I was like, "Yeah, it's a tan thing. It's like a forever tan."
You met Jen.
Mhm.
Is Jen Hispanic?
Yeah, I think so.
Of course she is. She looks Hispanic. In where she works, every time they do like customer surveys, they're always like the white lady, and that's so weird to me. It's just so weird to me. It has nothing to do with like, it doesn't really bother me, but it's just, for accuracy's sake, it's like
You're like, is it not obvious?
who's saying it? Is it white lady saying it, or is it Hispanic lady saying it? Or
Probably Hispanic ladies.
I don't know, but she gets mad when everyone tells her like, you don't know Spanish. It's like, why the fuck do I gotta learn Spanish?
Yeah. No, that's like, that was a big thing for me, a big struggle that I struggle with because like Brujita, like that's in Spanish. But I chose that name because whenever you get started wanting to learn about Mexican magic, all you know is brujeria, right? And brujeria is very specific. It's like you make pacts with entities to get things done, which is like on the darker side, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know that when you're starting out. You're just like, I want to learn brujeria. So, so that's it. It was a way for me to connect the two to kind of get people when they first start before they get lost in the ether.
Yeah.
So,
No, it makes sense. I always know, for a little bit I know of Spanish, the ita at the back is like little,
Yeah, so
right?
it's like Little Witch.
Yeah, and so I mean it works. It's perfect. That's like branding, marketing, like that's perfect. Like that's why I keep saying it. I'm like, that was a really good idea, Brujita. This is Brujita.
Yeah, it was.
When she showed up here today, I introduced her to the kids as Brujita.
And I answer to all.
My witch name would be, oh no, I'm not a witch. I'd be a warlock, right?
Brujo.
A
Brujo?
I'm not a beehole.
Or a brujito. I've seen. I
I'm
actually
not-
have croc charms that say brujito on them and shirts. They're so cute.
You have what?
Croc charms. I make my own croc charms.
Oh, okay. Dude, those are so nuts. Have you seen the Croc store with all those damn Croc charms?
Oh my gosh.
Have you been there, Kevin?
I haven't been there lately, but
You know what
I've
Crocs
seen
are.
it in the
I
mall.
love Crocs.
Dude, the
I love
Croc
Crocs.
charms, you buy the charms and you can poke them into the holes.
Yeah,
of
I know what they are.
Dude, it's insane. The volume of these little charms that Bill Miller's was selling them.
Dude, that's why I started making mine because I
We
was like,
bought them.
fucking Bill Miller's has
Dude,
Croc
Bill Miller's
charms.
has Croc
I
charms.
need
I didn't
Croc
know-
charms.
We also
know
bought
that.
them, and Penny put them on her damn Crocs because she loves them. And yeah,
Are you saying that we need to make Croc charms or with our faces
dude,
on?
I don't think our crowd is wearing Crocs.
I only wear the platform Crocs though, to be specific.
What are the platform ones?
They're just that. They have platforms.
Have
on
you
them.
seen the Croc boots? Did you see
yes.
those? It's kind of cool.
I saw my favorite ones. I don't have them yet, but they're like sandals and they're like wedges.
Oh my
And they're
God.
so cute. They call them the goth Crocs because you can get little like studs and stuff and chains. And I'm like, I need that.
Well, I have those little metal spikes. We can just put spikes all over Crocs. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Make it look like a freaking Super Mario movie boot or something, you know?
I remember I went to a concert in San Antonio and
Everyone in the pit had on Crocs.
And
and
they kicked you. It was so soft.
the headliner was Mortician. But I remember one of the opening bands, which was some local band. I don't remember their name. It was some sort of black metal band, but they had obviously like soccer shin guards that they put little spikes in.
It had Spalding on the side.
Yeah. I guess they were trying.
That reminds me of Mortal Kombat, dude. Whenever the ninjas, remember when they had the freaking baseball knee guards, the shin guards?
Yeah. Do you like black metal at all or no?
I really like synth music. That's like so. Shameless plug. I do a yearly event. It's called the Corpus Creep Show. You guys should come. And I bring in musicians from all over the U.S.
You put it together?
Mhm.
Oh,
Who have you had?
So I had Destroyer. I had last year I had Straight Razor. He was a guy that played. He was in Inglourious Bastards. He was the guy that shot Hitler.
Oh, that's
are
really
you
cool.
talking about freaking
Omar Doom.
Omar Doom? Wait, the guy who shot Hitler.
Yeah, in the Inglourious Bastards.
I thought the two actors who shot Hitler was.
I thought he had like the hand thing, no?
Oh my
Or I
god!
don't
what
remember.
was-
It's been a while
Wait,
since I've
so
seen
you're
that
this
talking
movie.
not Eli? Is
No.
it Eli something?
Eli Roth.
Eli? No,
Not that
not
guy.
Eli Roth.
Oh.
Oh, it is Eli Roth. I'm thinking.
The other
I
guy.
mix up Tim Roth. So you're talking about the other dude?
Mhm.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What was he doing there?
So he does synth music now.
Synth
Straight
is
Razor.
like give me a band.
Electronic.
Devo.
Let's think. Daft
Devo?
Punk.
Oh, so me. I make synth
do-
music.
Have you?
I'll play some for you in a
Well,
second.
he makes it's a specific kind of synth music. I'm just getting real general here. But anywho, last year's theme was cyberpunk. And then we had a blood rave. That was super fun.
Like in Blade.
yeah, like just like that.
I recently got into Gunship. Have you heard of them?
Gunship.
Oh, I can't
I've
find.
seen Gunships.
Yeah, the Gunship, the Midnight, that whole little genre.
The Midnight. My sister's a big fan of the Midnight.
Yeah, they're really
I stay up till midnight.
period king. He said sleep regression. What?
So when do you do this? What time of year?
So we do it every year in October.
All right,
We'll
sweet.
count us in. We'll be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super fun.
We're gonna do an episode there,
there
and
was a-
everyone's gonna beat us up.
So I was like, there's a reason why I was bringing this up. Okay, music.
Yeah.
So I do that because I never see shows like that, and that's the kind of music that I like. And I know so many people who like that kind of music. Like it's like EDM, synthwave, kind of vaporwavy.
Dude, do you know what? Earlier I was talking about Survival Guide. Emily Whitehurst. I think that's kind of in that same vein.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
He keeps trying to push this band on you.
No, her Survival Guy is not as good as the older stuff. I'll admit, I love her music. I do like Survival Guy, but it's not as good as the older stuff. But I want to say that she does a lot of like synth stuff now. You should try and get her. She's in San Antonio.
Corpus Christi is just so bad for music in general. Like, we're not big enough for the biggest bands.
What about the Cumbia Kings?
But we're also not big enough for small bands either. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
It's just so bad.
And honestly, when I first started, my first year's theme was Freak Show, Circus Sideshow. And I had this guy that came and he put like nails in his nose and shit. And he was like fucking hooking shit on. You had people come up, staple him. It was crazy. Anywho,
was Steve-O?
No, but it was really cool. He put a fucking balloon. He made a balloon in his nose, right? And through his mouth. And he made a fucking dog. Yeah.
Wait.
That's crazy.
In his mouth?
Like through his nose, out his mouth. And then tied it out. Like pumped it up. And had a dog.
So what's the theme from this year?
Oh,
Have you
that's a
decided on one
I'll
yet?
tell you off camera.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
werewolves.
it's very under wraps. I'm super.
Can I guess? You don't have to tell me if I'm
Okay.
right. Okay. Well, you said you're super what? You finished that
Oh,
statement.
I just keep that super close to my chest because it's like I've seen people already rip off my past ideas or even things that I've talked about vaguely. So I keep it really close to my chest.
So I'm gonna guess synth music. First one was called Freak Show. Second one was called Creep Show.
No, the first one was Creep Show. The second one was Creep Show Blood Rave. Last year's was Creep Show Neon Nightmare.
Oh, I see the trend. So I'm gonna say Creep Show. I'm gonna say Creep Show. Harvest Moon.
Oh, nice. I was like, what?
You nailed it, Caleb. Harvest
That's
Moon.
actually it. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, are you psychic?
I didn't want to say, but I was waiting for y'all to guess it.
Hey, bro, I think you're psychic.
I wanted to say Blood Moon, but I said she already did the blood motif. Yeah, Harvest Moon. That's my guess.
So the blood
I
rave.
have my mic.
So what were you using instead of blood?
Corn syrup.
So we had a local drag performer come in and they did a set where they were like an angel and then they just like poured blood all over and they were like going around. It was like you have to see the recap video. It was really fun.
Was it Lil Nas X?
No.
Was it oh my god, was the Michael Alec from Party Monster? Y'all ever seen Party Monster? Oh, I figured you would have seen Party Monster. That seemed like it would be right up your alley.
Is that one of the ones with
Macaulay Culkin?
one of the Culkins?
Yeah. What was about the? It was about the. What were they called?
I think it had like
the
Seth
Party
Green
Kids. Seth
or-
Green was.
I think I've seen parts
James
of
St.
it.
James or something like
I'm
that.
gonna go and watch it, but
Dude, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I watched that when I was like 14, and I was like, man, Macaulay Culkin got old. It's a long way from Home Alone.
I think it's Kieran Culkin, his brother,
Yeah.
who was in that movie Lords of Chaos. Did you ever see that? It was about that black metal band and well, I forget, it was like Norway or Sweden, one of those. No?
I didn't see that.
Mayhem.
I feel like really lame talking to you guys. I'm like, have you seen that? No.
Dude, no, look, man. We watch a lot of movies.
I watch a lot of old movies.
Okay, how far old?
One of my all-time favorite movies is have you ever seen Dr. Caligari's Cabinet?
Oh, dude.
Okay, well,
Great-
it's
no,
not,
I've never
it's,
seen that.
I was gonna say it's not that one. There's a second video behind the video, and it's called Genuine, and it's a silent film. It is
No, I never
so
seen it.
good.
What's it about?
So it's about this African priestess who is white. The irony that gets kidnapped and is held captive in this man's like mansion, right? And she has to like use her magic to get out, and it's like really good. She like entrances the whole village, and but
She actually was magic.
yeah, but it's like really good for not. There's no dialogue, but all the expression is just like. I don't know, maybe because I was really high when I watched it too. But
I mean, we've done videos without dialogue.
on purpose.
Yeah.
We have definitely. I didn't hit record. I like to do that joke. It's
Dude, I was like,
You want to know a funny story? You know how many times we've done that?
that's That's why the joke now.
At least 2 or 3 times. And me and Marty, in the very beginning, right? The very beginning, we had spent like, it was like we were trying hard, like to do all these different things. Our old setup used to be a white fold-out table with one of my red bed sheets on it.
Respect.
And then both of us would be sitting there, and it was me and my buddy Marty. This was before Kevin joined. And like we were sitting at the right there at the table, and I had my phone set up, we're recording everything on our phone. And I'm like, so today we're here talking about Pokemon stuff, and also some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. We filmed for like an hour, and afterwards me and Marty both were like, dude, that was like the dopest. That was pretty good, dude. Like honestly, I'm really proud of us for that. That was pretty professional. We didn't. Someone called me, and so it stopped recording, or something like that. And I was like, dude, you didn't hit record. What happened, dude? Did it record? And yeah, basically we screwed up, and we've done that a couple times.
We're professionals.
Yeah. Hey, you live and you learn.
Oof.
Like I have a podcast, and it is absolute garbage.
What's the name of your podcast?
Yeah, tell us
plug
that.
Untold Magic.
Huh? That's probably why.
Nobody's heard about it. What's it on?
So
where can we find it?
Things.
Plug yourself right now, because that way you can tell everybody where you go.
I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and like I don't know, a bunch of other things.
Untold Magic, she said.
But what it is it's just me talking to people from different traditions, and like just talking about their tradition and them, because the idea is that like most of the people that come to the shop, they find me on Google because they're interested. They don't know who to talk to about whatever vein of magic they want to go into. So like I did one with this girl in Poland, and it was really cool because I do a lot of Mexican folk magic now, and she does Polish folk magic, and there were so many things that we did the same. Like they do the egg too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
To suck out the bad energy?
Yeah, it was just really interesting. And so and I talked to someone that was I have these 2 gentlemen, they run a shop in Austin. I talked to them, and just like it's really fun. And I'm working on the new season.
How do you, is that how you do it? You just do like a certain number of episodes per season?
Yeah, I try to do like 5 or 6. I don't want to go too crazy because I'm literally doing so many other things.
Do you do them like you film them all at once and then you edit and do whatever? Do you actually edit, or do you just post it all?
No, I have to edit.
See, I'm gonna probably just post all of this because I'm super happy. It's been super fun.
Is Poland the one that has elves, or is that
that's
a different country? Is that a different country?
Or
we didn't talk about elves. We talked about land spirits.
No, it is Iceland, because that's where Eurovision was at. Did you see Eurovision, the movie on Netflix?
Stop asking. She hasn't seen.
You don't watch movies?
I do, just at the movies that you're talking about. Like, I've seen good movies. I have good taste, okay?
What's I'm sorry, because I know you were like on the tail end of talking about the Poland thing.
I don't remember.
But what's your favorite movie?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That's respectable. No, it's respectable. Rude. It's respectable. I said it was respectable. How's that rude? I was wanting to talk shit, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you could tell he was disappointed he wasn't going to be able to talk shit.
Yeah. I actually believe, this is like a hard belief I've had for a very long time, that when you meet somebody, if you have a hard time talking, and if you have a hard time talking to somebody, whatever, ask them their favorite movie, or at least for people like me who enjoys movies the way that I do, ask them what's their favorite movie, and I can relate, because chances are it's going to be something I've seen. And so I like to ask randos, hey, what's your favorite movie? And you know what I fucking hate? Absolute atrocious pieces of shit who tell me, I don't have a favorite movie. God, I fucking hate that shit. Personality. I hate that shit so much. Or hey, what's your favorite band? Well, I don't really like favorite band. I listen to everything. I'm like, oh, okay, well, never mind. There's nothing we can relate to, God, I fucking hate that shit. Hey, Kevin, what's your favorite movie? He's like, I don't have a favorite movie.
Well, see, I was gonna say I don't have one overall favorite, but if you tell me what is your favorite comedy movie, or what is your favorite action movie, or whatever, then I'll have an answer.
What's your favorite action movie?
The Rock.
Dude, it's a really good choice. Honestly, that's a really good choice. Because The Rock used to be. You've seen The Rock, right?
All right, she saw one. Good job.
Okay. But The Rock, honestly, anybody watching right now, I know that this is a magic centric episode, but there was magic in there. I saw the end of VX2 gas or whatever the fuck it was. What was those little green things? It was VX
I
gas,
don't
right?
remember. I don't remember what it was.
Damn it. I think it was VX gas. But anyway, that movie doesn't get as much respect as it should. That's like one of the best action movies of all time.
I'm with you.
And Nicolas Cage was so good in it as Stanley Goodspeed. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. It's just
He said, I'm
association.
rewatching it in my head.
Dude, yeah, when y'all leave, I'm be like, have them go put on a rock. You know, that happens to me like 15 times a day, where we'll quote something and I'll be like, oh man, I need to watch that tonight. Me and Jen will say that shit all day long. Oh yeah, we need to watch that again. Oh yeah, we haven't watched that in 6 minutes. You know, we need to watch it again. And then by the end of the day, it's like, you want to put on The Office?
Yeah.
Does
Old Faithfuls.
Does your boyfriend watch stuff with you? Or?
Oh yeah. So he really likes horror movies. So I've watched a few with him with all the lights on. But yeah, no. He's introduced me to some good movies. Of course, I have introduced him to some great movies.
What's his favorite movie? Do you know?
That was a good question. I don't know.
While you're thinking about that, I'll tell a story. My wife and I have completely like different tastes in like movies and shows. And I remember our first date, we went to eat and we were gonna go see a movie. I guess she didn't want to like go out to the movie, so we just went back to my house. And so I went ahead and put on a movie. Have you ever seen This Is the End?
Yeah. Thank
So I
God.
put on that movie because I thought it was a really funny movie.
Yeah.
I'd seen it before. She had never seen it. And, years later, she told me, that while that movie was playing, she was just kind of just looking around the whole time at like my decorations and stuff because she did not like it at all.
The first movie that me and Jen ever watched on our first date was Catch and Release. Do you remember that movie?
I know the name.
Not a lot of people have probably even seen it.
Yeah,
It was
I know
with
what that is.
oh my god, what's the girl's name who played Electra?
Oh, Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner. It's funny, I know all this shit about The Rock, and I'm like, oh, was that girl that played Electra? I actually really like her in 13 Going on 30. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good movie.
But
30, flirty, and thriving.
dude, Razzles, Razzles. I don't remember.
Razzle
Anyway,
Red.
yeah, there you go. I couldn't remember the quote. I was like, what the fuck was that quote? I like Mark Ruffalo in that movie. No. You know who I like in that movie? The blonde. Oh my god! Don't you dare tell me
What's
I
her name?
forgot her
Lucy?
name.
The bad,
Yeah, the bad
the
girl.
antagonist.
Hey, that magazine spread she put up though, fashion suicide. I was like, hey, that's kind of sick.
Dude,
Like,
what's the actress's name?
Don't look
I
at
think
me,
she's
dude.
so pretty. Like me and Jen used to say all the time, like, oh man, that girl's so pretty. She's always been pretty, even back in Heartbreakers.
Wait, was she the one from Mean Girls, or is that a different
No,
girl?
it's
it's a different girl.
Okay,
What's
okay.
her name? God damn it! It doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter.
don't bother you.
It is gonna bother me
It is.
now so much
It
so.
is. Yeah.
My ADHD, dude.
He's gonna be thinking about it until.
This is driving me nuts, dude. Why can't I just Greer? It's Greer. It's not Lisa. Oh my god, what the fuck is her
Is
name?
it
It's
Lucy? Or is that her
something
character's
Greer.
name?
I think Lucy was her name, or in the show. It's something Greer. Oh fuck me, dude.
Anyways,
I don't remember what I was saying. This is too important.
Oh, first movie that you watched.
Yeah.
Okay, Catch and Release. It was Jennifer Garner and Timothy Oliphant. Y'all know who Timothy Oliphant is? Do you remember Deadwood on HBO?
Yes.
He was the Seth Bullock. He was like the main guy besides Swearingen. But anyway, two randos as far as I'm concerned. Like, why are they in the movie? You know, they were at the time Hollywood was pushing Timothy Oliphant really hard. Kevin Smith came out. He was also in the movie. So I was sitting there thinking, this is probably a Kevin Smith joint. We should watch it. I don't like to watch movie trailers. Like, to me, I don't need to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, if I see one, okay, fine, but I don't need to watch it. Anyway, we watched the movie. It's about a husband who dies, husband who dies, and then come to find out that he had a kid with another lady.
Oh, so not a comedy.
It was all about him cheating, and then it was like this, and then Jennifer Garner was fighting with the mom over the wedding ring.
Probably should have watched the trailer on that one.
And then Kevin Smith tried to commit suicide. How we say it? Suicide.
Sukadu.
Unaliving.
Sudoku.
Yes.
That's how they say it on TikTok.
Sudoku side. I don't know. But yeah, so he tries to off himself, and I'm like, yo, man, we could have picked a better movie.
So you picked it, or Jennifer did?
I don't know. It was just like, it was just there on the day that we went,
Okay.
But that was our first date, and then I remember after that, we had a redo date, and then we saw. Y'all remember the movie Music and Lyrics?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is
So
the
that's why
best.
you guys like that
It's
movie
the
so
best
much.
movie. And you look exactly like the dude in the music video. Pop goes my heart. I never thought that I would be so satisfied every time that I look in you. I can't stop singing it, guys. Y'all gotta start talking.
Sound just like him.
I'm like exact Hugh Grant replica. I even look like him.
All right, so I think we should wrap it up because I'm very hungry. And
Wrap it up in a tortilla.
And I would
Call it a burrito.
like to eat. So
I have a funny story that I'll tell you after we film. It's about some brujeria stuff.
what's your address? Was it 1124?
Asking for
Yeah, I was like, dude, what are you trying to dox her on camera?
It's on Morgan.
It's 1124 Morgan
It's on
Avenue.
Morgan between Alameda and Staples.
Yeah.
In
Near
Corpus,
the
Corpus
near the coffee muggle. We can find you on. You're not on YouTube, are you?
No.
We can find you mainly on the Facebook
She's on the Book of Face.
And Instagram and TikTok
and podcasts.
and podcasts.
Untold
and,
Magic.
And email and and on my website. Brujita
What's the
Boutique.
password for your email?
Thank you so much
No,
for
thank y'all. This was
coming to
fun.
talk to us and letting us film at your
Also,
store.
We
You-
always tell our guests, I'm sorry for interrupting, but shut up real quick. We always tell our guests, we have an open door policy here at the Casa. That's Spanish for Shadow Gallery. That's what we call the filming studio. By the way, shout out if you know what Shadow Gallery is from.
I don't.
V for Vendetta. But anyway,
Really?
if you're welcome, that's what he called his underground base.
Oh,
He called, or like his
I was
little
like, I've
headquarters.
seen that movie a million times. How did I not know that?
Dude, I'm gonna give you the V speech in a second, okay? 'Cause I memorized that shit. I memorized like the whole first 20-30 minutes of the movie.
Oh my god.
Anyway, but neither here nor there. You're always welcome to come back.
When you're ready to promote your new season of Untold Magic, you can
Yep.
stop by when you're ready to promote
Creepshow Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Creepshow 2024.
Mhm.
Feel free to come back.
As yet to be named. Except it's gonna be Harvest
Yeah, it
Moon.
hasn't been named yet, but I know the theme, so
If you do Harvest Moon, I'm gonna need a cut.
I'm
I'm gonna need a cut.
Sam, I need some cheese.
Okay, all right.
All right.
We like to
Thanks for
end
coming.
on something stupid. We always like to end on something stupid.